Hi, everyone. Welcome to our leadership call, Pro 4s and Up on the Tropical Biohackers. Our goal is to make this monthly. I'm not exactly sure the date and time or anything. We're just going to try and see what works for people. But the goal here really is to come together as leaders on this team and really figure out how we, and I say we like kind of meaning me, Katie, and Kristen, but really, I mean, we each other, because we're all leaders here, right? How we can help each other build momentum, how we can help each other grow, kind of opportunities for us to brainstorm how we can kind of raise our team to the next level. If there's things that we should be doing that we're not as leaders for our team or for you guys. So really, it's just an opportunity to kind of brainstorm, talk, share, and just really figure out what's working, what's not working, and what we could do better, I guess. It's kind of really like the agenda for today is like, I'd like to talk about really quickly, everyone's DMOs as leaders. So not your DMOs as a distributor, but your DMOs as a leader. Like, you know, you have a handful of people in your organization, like you've got probably lots of us have a big leg, right? And then we have people outside of that leg. So, you know, a lot of the people that are in our big legs are the ones who are plugged into the Tropical Biohackers feed, or the ones who are on the calls, or the ones who are doing those things. But then it's the other ones, right? It's the other ones that we want to inspire. So, you know, what do you do to bring those people to the forefront? What do you do to, you know, get those people inspired, to get them on the call? Because I know, you know, like me, for example, every morning I have a text thread that's basically all my distributors that are not under Katie. And I text them every morning. Like I'll be like, hey, you know, morning, what do you need today? Like anything I can help you with, or an inspirational quote or whatever it is. And then I always am texting them like an hour before the call, hey, don't forget it's heart to heart, or hey, it's our team call coming up. And I try and text them a few minutes before the call to remind them to be on. And I personally feel like it's been really effective because lots of them are jumping on the calls, even if they're not like video on. Lots of them are on the calls, and they say, I asked them, they say that it's because I remind them, you know, right as it gets up there. And, you know, I've asked them before, like, am I irritating you? Because I don't get a lot of responses on that text thread. Like they go to like the discussion feed to ask questions, or they go to like, they might text me individually to ask questions. So it's not really like a dialogue thread necessarily, but it's a really easy way for them to just tap on and click on the link to the call when it's happening, instead of having to navigate through WhatsApp, you know? So that's one thing I do. That's like a main thing that I do as my DMOs with my outside team. But I just was wondering if anybody has any tips or tricks or ideas for how they kind of access their, you know, their downline, and how they access their individual distributors. So anybody want to share anything they do, or something that's worked or hasn't worked for them? Or go ahead and just unmute. Anybody? You also don't have to say anything. This can just be a one-way conversation.
Well, I'm just waiting for people to say what's working, because it's not working for me.
Totally. Well, that's why we're talking about it. Like, how can we make it work? You know, like, how can we get people
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like, how do you inspire people to do something? I don't know. They just got to do it.
Yeah.
So why is it not working for you? Like, give us some examples so we can troubleshoot it. Are people just not excited, or they're ghosting you on your thread, or tell us more about that so we can learn.
Yeah, basically. I mean, I have a bunch of distributors. We have to go in the other room. My son got at school, at home. I'll just sit here. I don't know. I have a bunch of distributors that are just not excited to do the business, I guess, you know, that, I don't know. They just don't plug into the calls like they did before. And then they'll just say something like, oh, I jumped on again and it sounds the same. You know, they're just like not doing anything, and they don't want to do any Zoom launches or anything. So they're just kind of like, meh, and don't plug into anything.
Do you have them all on one thread, or are you messaging like 7 groups?
All in one, but I have to make another group because there's people on that group that don't really want to do the business at all. And then, yeah, I don't know. I guess I have to just reorganize the group threads maybe.
I did that recently actually, and I messaged, there was like 2 of my distributors who have never responded, never plugged, like don't plug in at all anymore. And I said, hey, listen, I really want to have an active thread, and I see that you're not connecting and responding. Like, do you want, I'm making a new thread. Would you like to be on that thread and stay plugged in so you know what's happening? Or would you like me to take you off? And one said, leave me on, and one said, take me off, you know? And so it was like putting the accountability on them too also. But go ahead, Sarah, you were going to say something?
No, I was gonna say that I think that, sorry, I'm getting car sick, so I can't look at you guys. I think what we can do, Nina, too, for the same thing with me, same problems, is that I need to respond on that thread that you have, because I'm on that thread. And I remember asking Kehao, because we have another thread, you know, and I'm like, Kehao, maybe you should just respond. Like, let's go back and forth. Just be another voice on the thread instead of it just being me constantly, you know, sending out the reminders or whatever. So I think if we can be that kind of like accountability on those different threads, whoever it is, because I know you have more distributors. Sarah, you have, you know, maybe it's Katie or somebody on that thread. If we can be more vocal on it, it'll probably help a little something.
Yeah. And maybe just talking to each one individually and just saying, hey, like, I'm going to take my business to the next level. And I just want to know, like, do you want me to keep connecting with you and talking to you about this? Because, like, honestly, I need to be spending my time doing things that are going to help grow my business and grow, you know, this situation. And I really, really want you to be involved. But the other thing that's so interesting, Nina, is like I look at your team, for example, and like Lynn was one of like the top enrollers for customers over the last couple of months, you know, like, so it's funny because it's like, she's not on any calls, but somehow she's like getting choke customers. Like, so it's weird because it's like, they're not present, but they are in a way. And like, I was actually just looking at the heart to hearts, and like, the one that stood out to me was the one that you did actually with like, Juliet and I think Lonnie back then or whatever. And it's like, so yeah, I mean, anybody else? Sorry, I've been talking a lot. Kristen, were you gonna say something?
I mean, you know, I'm on one of those threads with Nina, and, you know, no one really does reply. So I totally get it. There might be a heart here and there. And I think it's just, you know, I actually do think that's a good idea to reach out individually to those people and just say, how are you feeling? Do you still want to be on this thread? I don't want to bother you, you know, and just kind of engaging that way, I think is a good idea. And then, as we know, it's just, you know, finding more people. And, you know, everyone knows that. I know you know that. I know it's not easy to do when you've been through your database, but that's just when it comes down to, I think.
I think that's really healthy to set a boundary and be like, I don't want to waste my time, and I certainly don't want to waste your time.
That's a good one.
Because, and if there's a third party on your thread, Nina, where someone says, hey, look, Nina's doing this for us, and she's, you know, showing up for us. And if you don't want to be on the thread, then Nina, you could appoint somebody to reach out to people and say, hey, look, do you want to be in this thread? Nina's putting energy, because it's basically an energy sucker for you, Nina, because feel your energy. It's like a cord's been pulled, and you're like, keep reaching out, not hearing from anybody. Like, am I wasting my time? Where you could be converting that energy into new distributors. So I don't know. Those are 2 things.
Totally. Thanks, guys. I'm lazy and I haven't I haven't done it.
No, I disagree.
I know I have to do it. I know I have to reach out to them individually. I know I have to start a new thread. I know I have to do all of that stuff, but yeah, no, I'm like, I was like, oh, summer happened. It was so busy, and now it's school and all this stuff. I have excuses. So I just have to get my ass back in gear and do it and be a leader instead of being, because prior to that, I was just like, oh, copy and paste something and send it, whatever. Yay, I did my leader job today. But I gotta do more than that. But I'm honestly just being lazy about it. But thank you so much, because it is like when you hear the information from you guys, it's like, yeah, okay, those are the 2 things I need to do. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Well, and that's the whole point of this call, really, is like, sometimes we forget like the simplest stuff, and to hear somebody else that is like in the same situation as us say it is really actually beneficial. So thank you, everybody. Is there anybody else that has any like things that are really working for them or really not working for them, or any like specific?
You know what? Can I just add one more thing to that?
Yeah.
I love my ITT. I love that Melissa Kovacs has created ITT. It's like my lifeline. It's like I know I can always go there and see what's new, or if it hasn't been posted, I can post it, or it's a little place of celebration. So for me personally, Nina, the ITT thread in our group is like, it's like my lifesaver.
She's talking about what's that group that Melissa created, by the way, for her team.
Yeah. For me, there's just lots of values. So I'm one of those people that I'm like, I love that thread, and it helps me in my business every single day. So.
Yeah. And I think that's awesome, Julie. I'm really happy that she's created that and that they have that, because it's really wonderful. The thing is, you still need people responding. Like if they're not responding on text, they're not going to respond on WhatsApp either. It's more about the people. And I think I love the idea of like holding them accountable and being like, do you want to be on this or not? Because like, I don't want to waste my time, and I sure don't want to waste your time. So let me know what you need, Sky, is that your mom? Hi, Mom.
We're saying hi.
Hi.
It's the new mom.
Yay.
She's letting her grays go.
Yay.
I love it.
Oh, it's good to see you. Welcome home.
Good to see you guys.
Yay.
Come to Vancouver.
Oh yeah, Vancouver, Washington. I go to Seattle all the time. My family's all
Sarah's from Seattle.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Love
yeah.
it.
Oh, good. Well, you can listen
Good
to
see you guys.
Since you're a distributor, you can totally listen in too. Okay.
She's gonna have to get all the Pacific Northwest, her friends, because they're gallivanters.
Yeah,
Totally. I love it. Okay, so the other thing that we just wanted to do was really like just brainstorm, like, are there things that you think our team could or should be doing that would help our momentum? Like, we've had over the course of the last couple of years, there's been tons of Zoom calls, tons of opportunity calls, but it seems like we're kind of honing in, Daisy's kind of honing in on like very specific, more infrequent calls, right? So there's going to be the training on Monday, the power hour Monday morning, the training Monday midday, and then the team opportunity call Wednesday midday, and then our team training Thursday morning. Now, are there other, like, do you guys feel like our team would benefit from more opportunity Zooms? Do you feel like we should be helping people organize more home meetings? Like, what are there any things that you guys think we could or should be doing or should stop doing that could help with our momentum, or, what have you? Anybody have any ideas? Things that we're doing maybe as leaders, or doing or not doing, that we could or should be doing? Any feedback at all?
I'll say, I honestly feel like we're good. Like there's a lot going on with everything. I think there's a lot of different opportunities already. And then if you just do we have the system, the ITT. The only thing that I think is extra is we started the TV or the WhatsApp Pro 4, which I like having that WhatsApp, but then we're getting 5 different notifications on 5 different, like Team Global Aloha, Tropical Biohackers, like there's a lot. So I think if we can keep that, just that one thread on WhatsApp, Pro 4 leaders and above, as far as like conversations between us, I don't think we need to post on that. This call's coming up. This call's coming up. I don't know. That's just me. I was like, oh my God,
I think we do that because like some of Susan's team isn't on our threads. They're just on, and I think actually some of Melissa's team, they've just been added to ITT. So we want to make sure the leaders know that, you know, there's a Tropical Biohackers call, there's, you know, so I think like pertinent information that they're not getting from the other threads are there. Because we're trying to really just bring, you know, the more we work together, the stronger we're going to be, I think. But yeah, I agree that it doesn't have to be every, like the Wednesday call, like we don't have to like post it there, you know, but yeah.
I mean,
I like having the leader, like I like having that thread there though. I appreciate that. I'm just like every single call is already posted. Like aren't all the Pro 4 and aboves on the Tropical Biohackers WhatsApp?
No, they're
not. Oh, okay. Well, that
and as we grow, as everyone grows, that's going to happen more and more, right? And so the idea was like for a long time, we've just had our little like Oahu leadership thread, but that doesn't work anymore, you know, because there's people, you know, all over now that are Pro 4s and above that like we now, so that little leadership thread was just people on Oahu for a very long time, right? And now it's gotten bigger and broader. So we're trying to kind of streamline our communication to everybody as well, you know, and it might.
Question. Oh,
okay, go ahead. No, go.
So for the new Pro 4 team leader, Tropical Biohacker WhatsApp, are we posting in there everything that comes up on the Team Global Aloha one?
I mean,
like all the calls, are we putting all the calls on there? Because honestly, I stopped looking at WhatsApp. When I go on WhatsApp, I have hundreds of messages. I'm over it. I'm super over WhatsApp.
I definitely don't think we're posting or should we should definitely not, because it's too much. I agree. It's too much. I mean, the other option is to try to make sure that the leaders also maybe put people on the Tropical Biohackers or Team Global Aloha, you know, so that I just noticed some of the leaders are not adding, they're only adding to their WhatsApp. So then they're not getting the other information, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think also, and this is totally my opinion, and you guys know how I am. You guys know that I'm like extreme and big personality, and I'm like all the things. I want all the things. But I also feel like, you know, for those of us, all of us that are Pro 4s and above, if you do the math, you have a $250,000 a year business. Okay, so like if you're Pro 4, you have a $250,000 a year business, basically, or whatever, something like that, $150,000 a year. If you're a Pro 5, you've got a $500,000 a year business. If you're a Pro 6, you've got, you know, a $500,000 a year business. If you're a Pro 7, you've got over $1 million in sales a year under you, right? So this is a serious business. This is a big business. So while I know that like WhatsApp can be overwhelming and seem dumb and seem like it's just too much in the discussion thread, like you go back and there's like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of things, I would also encourage everyone to just breeze through it when you can, because there's really actually incredible information on there, especially in the discussion feed. I know a lot of it seems like it's dumb, but like if I go back and look at my start information, it's insane the kind of information that's on there. And also, even though we're overwhelmed with it because we're on like 17 feeds, it has been helpful for some distributors who go on it. So just being open-minded to the fact that it does work for some people and it doesn't work for some people, and you just have to do what works for you, you know, for sure. Yeah, that was my piece. I don't know.
I like the discussion feed because I agitated the other day about it that I'll share with you. But I really like to sometimes like get in bed and then I'll look at the discussion feed and see what people have been asking because it's such a great resource. So it's kind of like candy to me. It's kind of like, and I hate candy, but it's kind of like a good veggie drink. So I like going to the discussion and just kind of reading through what questions people are asking. And I am cutting and pasting off of that page every single day into my notes. People are asking questions or resource. I'm like, oh, that's a good resource. But somebody, did a post about somebody hitting a pro. But I kind of feel like it kind of diluted the consistency of the discussion page because I use it so much as a resource, right? So that's my own thing. But I think it's important that we all just remember that these are incredible resources for us and don't get frustrated.
And it's also like time of life. Like you have small children, like, it's really hard to take time to do things like that seem like monotonous when you have like way more important things going on around you too, so just do what works for you when it works. But yeah, I totally get that. And
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, I hit Pro 5, but I was really sick and don't really feel like I'm a Pro 5 yet, but I feel like I should be like stepping into like a threshold and I should be doing more. And I'm like, okay, now that I'm Pro 5, I need to be doing A, B, C, D. And I haven't really, yesterday's the second day I'm feeling better. Is there something I should be doing that is like, it's like, I've been riding this horse, right? And now I'm like going to get on that Frisian horse that I've been wanting. And it's part of the ride. I'm definitely not, getting off the merry-go-round, but I feel like, is there some structure around becoming Pro 5 that I should be doing? Is there like something I should be following or, I feel like for the last year, I've just been doing the same thing over and over and over. And maybe that's what I just keep doing, but I don't want to like drop the ball and not fill in my leadership role. Because I hit Pro 5 and I'm supposed to be doing something also. I'm supposed to add it to my plate. Or am I just making that up?
Kristen, you want to speak to that?
I love that question. That's how I felt when I hit Pro 7. I'm like, oh God, what am I supposed to do now? I think just keep doing what you're doing. I mean, just it's working. And I think if you feel like something's missing for your team, like running a promotion or, adding some, if you feel like there's anything lacking, then I think you can add it. But I think whatever, clearly what you're doing is working. And I say, just keep doing it,
I agree. There's really, it's like, and it's actually like, I feel like we can say it on here because we've all kind of done it, but it's like, you hit it and you're like, I did it. And you get like an announcement and someone says your name and then you get like a little, and then you're like, oh, now I'm a Pro 5 or whatever, and it's like, okay. and then hopefully your paycheck goes up, which is really what is amazing. But yeah, that's a very natural way to feel. And so I agree with Kristen, just keep doing what you're doing. That's the whole point. And it did happen. I mean, I'll just say, in my opinion, it happened really fast. Not in my opinion, it obviously happened really fast for you guys. Melissa too grew really fast. So I would just say, keep being a student, right? Like keep learning, keep growing, keep listening, keep doing all those things that got you there, because that's what's going to take you to the next level. Like, yes, you're a Pro 5, but like, even for me, like I've been doing it for 4 years, 5 years, whatever. I still have questions. I still reach out to the team to ask for help and things like that. So just keep doing what you're doing. I love that.
Yeah. And I think all of us have gotten caught up in management mode at one point or another. So I would definitely not do that. Learn from us and all the other people in Pro 5 and above, it's like, okay, I just got to focus on my team now, but you got to keep enrolling because you just never know what's going to happen to the teams. Your legs might disappear, and just, keep enrolling for sure.
Yeah. So anything else? Does anyone have any like brainstorm ideas for ways that we can help our team with momentum? Like I know, Sarah, you said that seems like there's a lot of opportunities available. But I think as we move forward, it might feel less and less like that because a lot of our opportunities are stopping. Like Daisy's not doing her Friday anymore. There's not Saturday LVAs every weekend and things like that. So in the next month or two, it might feel like less. So if you ever feel like we need that, like we could set up, like in the summer, we wanted to do this like 9 a.m. before our team call on Thursdays opportunity. And I think actually for a while it worked really well. But it just got too crazy with summer and traveling and things like that. But I thought that was a great opportunity. But
I think maybe we do that, every couple of months. Like it's just like Tara Wilson this Saturday. It's just like a special event.
Yeah, totally. I like that. So the other thing is we have our team call on Thursdays. And so far it's been like me, Katie, and Kristen organizing them and leading them. But we feel like it's time to kind of pass the torch and have everyone participate. And if you're Pro 4 or above, especially if you're Pro 5 or above, you should have either already made connections with other elites or should have the cojones to do so. So basically the question we wanted to put out was, do you guys feel comfortable with us kind of putting out there like, and we could start with like a sign up. Like if I make like a Google spreadsheet of, Thursday calls for the next 2 months, sign up for one. And really what it looks like is you finding an elite or somebody, a sideline or something to share something specific, just really adding value to what we're doing, not just sitting there and talking for 20 minutes, obviously, but having a purpose and a goal. And we can really structure it if we want to. If people don't feel like they want to lead and they want more information, we could be like, okay, the first of the month is something about training and invites, the second is inspiration, whatever. But I think it would be really great if I put out like, the next 2 months, let's say, and everyone's signed up for a Thursday. And then when there's pukas, Kristen, Katie, and I can fill in. We can also do the first, I was thinking we would do the first of the month, right, Kristen? Is that what we're saying? The first Thursday of the month, one of us would do like rank advancements and things like that. Or whatever, I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? Like, if it was all of us taking part, then you would lead like one call every 3 months. You know what I mean? How do you guys feel about that? Like thumbs up, thumbs down, in the middle, whatever, I don't care.
I think it's really valuable because it pushes us each out of our comfort zone and to lead.
Okay.
I'm excited. I already know how to.
Nina, were you going to say something? You looked like you were going to unmute. No. Okay, never mind. Okay, so you guys are down with that? Like putting out a spreadsheet, maybe I'll put out like I don't know. I'll put
and I think, like there's things that can be done that are easy, like how Sarah, it's how you did it, where you just had it focused on certain distributors and asked them questions, like that was so valuable, I thought, and it's pretty easy to do.
And you guys are going to be at Pro 5 Summit and you guys are going to be meeting so many people. Like that's, I think, going to be super valuable to the rest of the team for you guys to be in a room with 40 people and being trained by these incredible elites. Like this last Cabo trip, I didn't meet anybody new because I didn't want anybody like spitting on me and like talking to me super close. So like I honestly didn't make any new connections, but I knew that going into it. And I'm like, okay, Pro 5 Summit peeps, it's up to you guys to meet some new people to like pump it up. Like, I don't know. I'm in Koa has been home, right? Because his job, whatever. And it's like, he's like, what do you have on the agenda today? What are you going to do today? And I'm like, I don't know. I have a couple calls, but it's just, I'm not revved.
Yeah. So we want you Pro 5 peeps to bring it back, bring us some energy.
Got it. Okay, but what I think I hear you guys saying, and if the general consensus is, yeah, sure, we'll take a call here and there, then I'm gonna have that be the consensus for the, we're the majority since we're on the call. So I'll create that. I'll probably do, would it be better if I just plug everybody into a Thursday, share it, and if you can't do that Thursday, you switch with somebody? Or do you guys want to sign up?
Yeah, just do that. And I do think I noticed that more people get on when there's elites on the call. I noticed it's just the fact. So maybe, people that we have that at least twice during the month. So that could, if you don't know one, we could maybe help you find one, or have people who know more, you know what I mean? I find that those are pretty valuable.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. Plug us in.
What?
Just plug us in.
Yeah.
I think.
And then, is there a day, like, I know everyone's different about timings. Like some people like little calls every single day. Some people like all their calls bulked together. Is there a day or time that you guys feel like would work better for these calls? Like, should we do like after our team call the first Thursday of every month as a leadership call? So it's all at the same time. And, like Thursday morning is your Tropical Biohackers, 2-hour window. So it's like theoretically it'd be like 10:30 first Thursday of every month, because then we're all kind of scheduled that time anyway. Or like a Tuesday morning when there's nothing else happening, or what do you think? Glom them together?
Yeah, I think maybe after the call, because you were saying before, but then if the call, we want to talk more, like it's already been 36 minutes,
So not like anyone's counting. Just kidding.
I got stuff to do. No, I'm kidding.
So what I think I hear you guys saying is you're down with leading the calls.
She's working, Koa. She's working.
Hey, Koa. Hi. Koa, you should just become an active distributor, and then you don't have to go to work every day. Isn't that great?
I don't want to work anymore. I'd rather be home with her.
Just get on it.
Is that what she wants, Sky? You like him home?
Oh no, he's he's messing up my mojo. He needs to go to work.
Oh, I hear that. Whenever Ara comes home unexpectedly, I'm like, what are you doing here?
That's so
horrible, but it's true. I'm like, oh my God.
Look at Seth.
My husband in Cabo was like, Sky, so like, what is your husband? Is he like some like
Big Hawaiian? Yep, he is.
Exactly.
See, I told you, Julie. So, Julie went to Cabo too.
Hi. Meet you.
I love it.
It's fun.
It's really fun. I love this. Okay, well, I think this is a great call. I think there is value in this, and there is purpose in this, and you guys are all incredible leaders, and just keep doing everything you're doing, because as you know and have seen, it's really about time and energy. It's not about quick fix kind of thing, and there's going to be that diamond in the rough, right? Like Nina, one of those people is going to respond to you one of those days, and boom, shit's just going to blow up. It's going to be amazing. Okay, well, I think that's pretty much it. And I really love all of you, and looking forward to Pro 5 Summit and all the things that are happening. And just always please feel like you guys know you can reach out. Now I'm saying the stupid shit that everyone already knows. Hi Gaia. Hi Tommy. All right.
So next week, you guys are going to be at the Pro 5 Summit. I'm actually going to be on a plane.
Oh yeah.
Well, or at the airport. So
who can lead next
one
week?
of you want to
One of you guys
lead
next week?
probably won't be that many people on, but
But I think
maybe
it
we'll
would
be
be
able to
good.
hop on.
I think it would be good also because I think time-wise, our team call is going to be during registration time. Like we have registration all day basically on Thursday. There's nothing until dinner. So I think it would actually be really cool to have the team call and then have all of us log on from Utah and be like, wow, look, oh my God, it's amazing,
Yes.
Guy or Nina, can one of you guys do it? Then this week, Thursday? Okay, cool. We can figure that out. One of you guys? Okay. Cool. Thank you. And I think that's it.
All right.
Okay.
Bye, ladies.
Love you guys. Bye.